Before your child turns 5, early academics like ABCs or counting are not the real key to success. What truly shapes a child's future is far more subtle yet profoundly influential. It affects emotional strength, self-confidence, intelligence, relationships, and even the brain's physical wiring. Prioritizing this early emotional foundation ensures school feels easier, friendships develop naturally, and resilience becomes a core strength. While flashcards and early lessons are tempting, they are secondary. The hidden driver of lifelong success is emotional security, responsive love, and play. Focusing on this before age 5 is the gift that lasts a lifetime. Many parents are caught in the myth of early achievement. Our culture glorifies toddlers who read, count, or master apps before starting school. Preschool enrichment classes promise smarter, faster children, creating intense pressure to accelerate development. Parents are told that early academic skills guarantee future success. But decades of research tell a different story. Dr. Arnold Gazelle, a pioneer in child development, found that early academic acceleration does not predict long-term achievement. Children who read or calculate ahead of peers are not necessarily more intelligent or successful later in life. Connection, not speed, is a real foundation. Children who grow up with strong emotional bonds and relational safety display extraordinary capacities. They show better focus, higher intelligence, enhanced problem solving, and remarkable resilience when facing challenges. Why? Because brains develop on secure, connected foundations, not memorized facts. Emotional security strengthens neural pathways that govern attention, empathy, and executive function. A child who feels safe is ready to explore, take risks, and learn naturally. Without this foundation, early academic skills may have limited impact. Emotional security equips children with the tools to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally, creating a sturdy scaffold for lifelong learning and adaptive growth. Before age 5, what children truly need is emotional safety, responsive love, and rich, imaginative play. These 3 elements form a neural groundwork for all future skills, academic or otherwise. Harvard Center on the Developing Child confirms that early emotional experiences shape the brain's wiring in profound ways. A child who feels safe, seen, and loved can confidently engage with the world. Before they tackle phonics or mathematics, they must first understand that their environment is predictable and trustworthy. This sense of security enables exploration, curiosity, and risk-taking, which are far more predictive of long-term success than early memorization. The brain prioritizes survival over learning, which explains why emotional safety is essential. When a child feels anxious, pressured, or ignored, the prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of the brain, shuts down. Conversely, when a child feels calm, supported, and connected, curiosity flourishes, and learning becomes effortless. Early literacy or math skills cannot compensate for an anxious nervous system. A child's ability to regulate emotions, empathize, and focus is far more important than their ability to recite letters or numbers. Ensuring emotional stability before age 5 creates an optimal environment for the brain to absorb knowledge naturally, without stress or coercion. So, how can parents prioritize connection over early academics? Start by building emotional safety. When your child cries, resist telling them to stop or dismissing their feelings. Instead, respond with empathy. I hear you. I'm here. Tell me how you feel. Simple acknowledgement of emotions teaches emotional intelligence, the strongest predictor of future leadership, empathy, and life success. Children learn to identify, express, and regulate their emotions in safe, nurturing environments. Emotional intelligence is a skill far more critical than early literacy, shaping social competence, self-regulation, and adaptability, which in turn supports every other area of learning throughout life. Play is the second critical ingredient for early development. Play is not a distraction from learning. It is learning. Through imaginative, unstructured play, children develop problem-solving skills, creativity, self-control, and social understanding. Research from Dr. David Whitebread at Cambridge University emphasizes that play is the most powerful way for children to learn. Swap worksheets and drills for blocks, pretend kitchens, sand, water, and outdoor exploration. When children play freely, they internalize rules, negotiate, experiment, and learn to think critically. Play is a vehicle for growth that is far more effective than pressuring a child to master academic skills prematurely. A third principle is to focus on effort and identity, not just performance. Avoid praise that focuses solely on outcomes, such as "you're so smart." Instead, celebrate the process. "You worked hard. Look how you figured that out." Outcome-focused praise builds ego and pressure, while effort-focused praise nurtures resilience, grit, and a growth mindset. Children who learn to value persistence and problem-solving are more likely to embrace challenges, handle setbacks, and persevere. Early emphasis on process over product fosters intrinsic motivation, self-confidence, and lifelong adaptability, far outweighing the benefits of early academic achievement or rote memorization. Narrating your child's world is another simple yet powerful strategy. Talk to your child naturally during daily activities. "Mommy is washing the red cup. You're putting on your blue socks." This conversational approach builds vocabulary, comprehension, and social connection more effectively than flashcards or drills. Engaging children in meaningful language-rich experiences strengthens both neural development and relational bonds. When children hear language in context, they absorb not just words, but the rhythms, meanings, and uses of communication. Everyday narration integrates learning into life organically, making language acquisition joyful and connected to experience, rather than artificial and disconnected. Slowing down is essential. Children do not need packed schedules of enrichment classes or constant stimulation. They need attentive, present adults who engage with them mindfully. A 2023 global study found that children raised with responsive, unhurried parenting develop stronger self-esteem, problem-solving skills, and mental health. Presence matters more than perfection. Quality interactions, not quantity of activities, shape emotional security and cognitive growth. By slowing down, parents give children the opportunity to explore, play, and connect deeply. In this environment, children develop curiosity, patience, and independence, traits that underpin all future academic, social, and emotional achievement. You do not need to be a perfect parent. You only need to be a present one. Presence cultivates security, curiosity, and confidence. When children feel seen and valued, they develop the courage to explore and the resilience to handle setbacks. The simple act of responding, listening, and engaging nurtures neural pathways that support emotional intelligence, attention, and learning. A child whose early years are rich in connection will approach challenges with confidence, relate to others with empathy, and embrace learning as a natural part of life. Presence is the most powerful gift you can give. Prioritizing emotional connection over academics early on allows learning to become joyful, not pressured. A child who feels safe, seen, and loved approaches school with curiosity, not anxiety. Friendships develop naturally, and social competence grows alongside intellectual skills. Early academic skills without emotional security rarely translate into lifelong success. By focusing on relationship, empathy, and play, parents prepare children for challenges, creativity, and collaboration. Emotional foundations create neural architecture that supports every future skill, ensuring that intellectual growth is anchored in self-confidence, curiosity, and adaptability. Strong emotional foundations also boost problem-solving and resilience. Children who feel safe experiment freely, make mistakes without fear, and adapt to new situations. Emotional security strengthens executive function, attention, and regulation, all critical for learning and social interaction. Children with early relational stability are better equipped to manage stress, persist through challenges, and navigate complex social environments. Academic skills follow naturally when these foundations are in place. Parents who focus on connection, play, and responsive love cultivate children who are not only knowledgeable, but emotionally agile and capable of thriving in any circumstance. Responsive parenting enhances empathy and social skills. When adults listen, validate, and model problem-solving, children internalize these behaviors. Early exposure to compassionate communication fosters trust, cooperation, and leadership abilities. These relational skills form the cornerstone of successful adult relationships. Children learn to negotiate, resolve conflicts, and support peers. Such capacities cannot be taught through worksheets or drills. Emotional competence enables children to thrive academically and socially. Investing in emotional and relational development in early years yields dividends far beyond school performance, preparing children to lead, collaborate, and contribute positively in all areas of life. Play also strengthens creativity and imagination. Pretend games, building, art, and outdoor exploration allow children to experiment, plan, and innovate. Creativity enhances problem-solving and cognitive flexibility, preparing children for a world that values adaptable thinkers. Play provides intrinsic motivation, teaches cooperation, and embeds lessons in a meaningful context. When children engage fully in play, their brains integrate cognitive, emotional, and social skills seamlessly. Academic skills learned in this environment stick better because they are contextualized and meaningful. Encouraging unstructured play equips children with essential life skills that formal instruction alone cannot provide. Effort-based praise cultivates grit and a growth mindset. Recognizing persistence and problem-solving teaches children that challenges are opportunities, not threats. Children learn resilience, patience, and adaptability, which become foundational traits for lifelong learning. Focusing on process instead of outcomes reduces anxiety and builds confidence. A child praised for effort develops an internal locus of control, understanding that success comes through action and strategy. This mindset supports academic achievement, social relationships, and emotional well-being, far outweighing the temporary boost of early academic performance. Narrating daily life provides rich language exposure. Contextualized conversation, description, and storytelling build vocabulary, comprehension, and reasoning. Unlike flashcards, natural conversation teaches children how language connects to thought and experience. Hearing words used meaningfully enhances understanding and communication skills. It strengthens a parent-child bond, modeling social interaction and attentive listening. Narration fosters curiosity, reasoning, and observation. Children learn to describe, question, and relate ideas, forming the foundation for literacy and critical thinking. Everyday talk, infused with warmth and connection, becomes a powerful educational tool that integrates learning into life, rather than imposing it artificially. In summary, early literacy or math skills are secondary to emotional security. Children flourish when they feel safe, loved, and free to explore. Play, attentive presence, and effort-focused guidance nurture brain development and relational skills. Confidence, curiosity, and resilience grow naturally. By prioritizing connection over achievement, parents give children a lifelong advantage. Learning becomes joyful, friendships feel natural, and challenges are embraced with courage. The roots of success are planted in early relational and emotional experiences, not flashcards. When parents invest in connection, the brain blossoms and children thrive academically, socially, and emotionally for life. The golden takeaway: water the roots, not just the leaves. Ensure emotional security, responsive love, and playful learning in the first 5 years. Trust, empathy, and exploration are far more valuable than early reading or counting. By giving children connection, presence, and freedom, you prepare them for success without pressure. A child who grows up feeling safe, seen, and loved develops naturally into a confident, resilient, and curious learner. Academic skills will follow effortlessly. Focus on invisible, foundational aspects and the visible outcomes. Knowledge, creativity, and achievement will flourish in their own time. Thank you for watching, and remember, the best gift to your child before age 5 is not a workbook, a flashcard, or an app. It is your presence, empathy, and playful engagement. Emotional safety, loving connection, and unstructured play shape the brain and heart, creating a foundation for all future learning. By nurturing these invisible roots, children grow into confident, curious, and resilient individuals. Academics, friendships, and life skills naturally flourish. This approach is backed by neuroscience and decades of child development research. Prioritize connection, and you give your child the lifelong advantage they deserve.